Yo, what is going on, WDL? And we got week 2 versus Pokeaim versus James. This is probably the most exciting match with the most playoff implications of the week. You've got, well, there's actually another one coming, but we'll get to that one. But James versus Joey. You've got a 4-1 team versus a 3-2 team. Both teams really need a win right now. James would love to seal up that first slot. We saw that Wolfey lost yesterday. So this is a great opportunity for James right now. And it's also a great opportunity for Joey Pokeaim to actually get himself back into the position he was when he was 3-1, and he was just looking great. Now he's actually kind of having to claw his way back, especially with the teams like Aaron and Uzi and Mount right on his heels. So you definitely cannot lose this week if you're hoping to make the playoffs. So I'm really excited about this. Let's dive into it. We got Joey versus Pokeaim. Sorry, oh my goodness, Joey is Pokeaim. So we got James versus Joey. Let's dive into it. So it looks like the teams, we got Basculegion, Jolteon, Archaludon, Pelipper, Comfey, Sneasel. No surprises there. Maybe except for the fact that Rhydon's not there. I thought that Rhydon looked pretty good in the matchup for Joey this week. But for the most part, oh wait, that's a special Basculegion as well. I'm still thrown off by that whenever they go back and forth between the male and the female Basculegion. But yeah, like, let's see how it goes with that set. I'm really intrigued. You got the choice scarf, so this very well could be the adaptability version of it, and then you just get the boost in the rain to make that a little bit stronger. So let's see how that goes. I remember the last time he ran it with surfing next to his arch. That was really strong, just to activate the stamina boost on the Archaludon, and also just getting massive damage with the surf off. So let's see how that goes. Wide guard maybe on the Pelipper, and now this is just very easily able to, you know, to just be a sweeper at that point. So but let me see the Terra types. Basculegion Terra Ice, interesting. Jolteon Terra Ice, yeah, you know what, an adaptability Terra Ice Terra Blast does seem like it would hit really hard into at least I see 3 Pokemon on the team. There's only 1 resist, so you can only Terra 1 Pokemon to get out of it. We'll get into James's Terras in a second, but Jolteon Terra Ice as well, probably for the Terra Blast. I would imagine you would have to expect it until you see all 4 moves. Archaludon Terra Ghost, we definitely guessed that Terra right. I thought it was the right choice. Pelipper Terra Ice again, wow. Okay, then Comfey Terra Poison makes sense, nice defensive Terra. And Sneasel Hisui, nice to see it appear. I think we guessed that he might be doing some coaching stuff. I don't know about this team though. This team doesn't look like a physical team. Like, you might have physical arch this week. Body press, it looks good, so maybe it's not. Maybe it's just an offensive Sneasel with fake out. But we'll have to see how that looks. And then, by the way, shout out before I even start. Before I even continue, because I've already started, shout out to Aloe in the Discord. Aloe, thank you so much. I just got a random message from Aloe, a DM, saying, here's the Terra types and the teams, just, you know, enjoy. And I went, that's so nice, because it makes it so I don't get spoiled at all. Like, obviously I look at the Terra types like this. I try to find them in the match preview from like Joey and James and stuff like that. And I have to try to ignore seeing items and stuff and sets. But so that's just so nice that Aloe, you just did that. Like, I didn't ask for it, you just did it. So thank you so much. Thank you. And if you haven't had a chance, everybody join the Discord. A bunch of great people like Aloe, and you know, just loves draft and loves getting into the game itself in a big way. So but back to the team. So James's team: Kilowattrel, Crocodile, Duosion, Ninetales, Hydrapple, Furret. So no Annihilate. His ace being left in the barn. So we'll have to see how that goes for him. I give James the benefit of the doubt, because James is a heck of a player, but there must be a good reason for you to leave your best Pokemon at home. So we'll have to see how that plays out. See if maybe you know, based on how Joey's playing, maybe James would wish he brought it. So who knows? We'll have to see as the game goes on. Terra Water Kilowattrel, no surprise there. I think it might be Volt Absorb. That would make sense. Especially for the Archaludon, and you also resist the Steel Stab as well. You just got to get around that the Draco Meteor and stuff like that. But resisting 3 of 4 Archaludon's moves, but Power Herb, it's probably got 3 moves. It might be the Meteor Beam version, who knows? You know, I've seen it, so maybe Meteor Beam, Electro Shot, and maybe Draco Meteor. Like, I don't know if, you know, maybe Body Press. I'm not sure. We'll have to kind of wait and see what we see. But as for team preview, yeah, Meteor Beam, I guess obviously James doesn't see the item, but we do. So let's see how that turns out. So the Duosion, Ninetales, Hydrapple, Furret. So this definitely just screams Trick Room, right? I think if you're Pokeaim going into this and you see no Annihilate and you see Duosion, Hydrapple, and Furret, you're probably sitting there going, okay, so he's got 2 modes this week. Okay, he hasn't brought the Furret all season, which is, you know, it's nice to actually see it. But now you got to deal with Follow Me. And aside from Surf, you don't have a whole lot of spread. You have a lot of single target, really strong moves, especially with the Basculegion in your team preview. And you've got like Weather Ball, and you got Comfey, which, by the way, we are probably going to see it as well. So the triage moves, so all the healing moves actually go before Furret's Follow Me, depending on how much investment Comfey has, because they're both +3 priority, right? So that's a really interesting kind of, you know, mechanic as well, just to kind of see how that plays out. Are we going to see it? Maybe. Both players definitely are well aware of exactly what goes first, but so I can see possibly this being more on the faster side Comfey, just to get around Follow Me, or maybe Furret's just max speed and then it has the Focus Sash with Follow Me, just to make sure it can get just to force the Comfey into running max speed on it, because I think it's 100 base speed and Furret's probably in the high 80s. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, so you're definitely gonna have to invest a lot to get around a Focus Sash Furret. So I think we'll see it. I think James is just gonna go max. I don't see any other Focus Sash candidates, maybe other than like the Kilowattrel maybe, but yeah, maybe the Duosion's probably Eviolite though, but we'll see. But let me see. So keys to victory. So when I like to do the keys to victory, I look at the matchups and I say, okay, what looks like it's important? Like, it's not so much what should they do. It's more like what looks important. What might they run into that might cause them problems in the end game? So looking at Joey's team into James's team, I think when you see that Trick Room mode, like, it's so obvious that it's probably setting up the Hydrapple. So you have all the answers in the world. It looks like you have Basculegion Terra Ice, Jolteon Terra Ice, Pelipper Terra Ice. Pelipper can also hit with the Weather Ball if he switches in the Snow. It can hit with Hurricane. And so then you have the open Terra types, right? So you've got Kilowattrel Water, Crocodile Ground, Duosion Electric, Ninetales Water, Hydrapple Grass, Furret Grass. So I think that Pelipper looks pretty darn good. It might have Icy Wind, so Terra Ice, Icy Wind. I don't think you'd be running Terra Blast on all 3 Pokemon, but I think there's a good chance it's on Jolteon and Basculegion. So yeah, definitely have answers for that Hydrapple, like, because that's a pretty scary offensive Pokemon, especially when you see Terra Grass for that stab, just to make it go even further for damage. So yeah, so I would say that bring as many answers for Hydrapple as possible. Obviously, like, the Annihilate's left at home this week, but you still have to watch out for that Crocodile and possibly the Duosion. It has 125 or 120 special attack, I can't remember, but it hits hard enough to not ignore. And you see Terra Electric on there, so it very well could have Thunderbolt. Terra Electric Thunderbolt on Duosion is not going to tickle, it's going to hurt. So I also think that Comfey looks really important in this game too, for a couple of reasons. So Trick Room on James's side, you have that priority Draining Kiss and possibly Giga Drain and the Floral Healing, yada yada yada, but it can also reverse that Trick Room on James. So if James is going full into Trick Room and then you have the Comfey there, I know that they're both aware that it gets it, but just in case you get that one turn where you could reverse it, maybe Duosion's gone and now he can't reset it back, you just change it and then you're fine. So I think that Comfey looks like a very nice piece to bring. Expect to see it in this match. On James's side, no Annihilate, we've mentioned it a few times. I think he definitely has a good grasp on his team, so I don't think he's too worried. If I were James, I would go kind of basic. Like, obviously you've got the Tailwind, the Trick Room. So the cool thing about having both of those modes is you really start to give your opponent something to think about. So in game 1, I can see James going either Trick Room or Tailwind with his Kilowattrel or his Duosion in some way, shape, or form. It could be a Follow Me, it could just be damage next to it, who knows. I can see him going one on one side, then in game 2, go with the other. Game 3, now Pokeaim has to decide. Like, he's shown me both. What do I have to worry about now? And then maybe you're trying to play too much counterplay, and now James just leads hyper offense in game 3, and now you're in a bit of trouble. So I can see something along those lines being a little bit of a hurdle for Joey to kind of maneuver around. So James, if he kind of plays his cards right, I think that the speed control might just kind of get those mind games going. So also, I think that weather control is definitely very important for James to bring. Weather control, obviously, like, the rain definitely does really well for Joey's team, right? And yes, he has the power herb on there. James doesn't know this, but he knows it's as an option. But I think that having that weather makes a lot of sense, because obviously the Basculegion, it just, does he know? Actually, I'm curious. Comment down below if you know this, because I actually don't. If that's Basculegion female, if you're in team preview, can you see that it's the female version, or is it just like an Urshifu situation where you just don't know which one it is in team preview? So let me know if it actually shows that sprite, because I'm looking at obviously Joey's side. I guess if you're watching James's side, or you already have, let me know if it actually shows the male or the female one. The color scheme's a little bit different, obviously, so that'd be kind of interesting to know, because then he'll know what's coming, right, and what to look out for. It's probably more special. You can still run Wave Crash on it, and like a mixed attacker, adaptability's a very good ability, so you can run both. But yeah, the weather control, just to limit the damage from that Basculegion, stop the hurricane damage, at least the accuracy of it, the Jolteon Thunder, the Electro Shot on the Archaludon. It just having that weather mode, I don't even think it's that much of a stretch to bring it. I think it's just bring your Ninetales. It does a lot of different things. Encore Disable, Blizzard Spam, Freeze Dry, I thought looked great this week into Joey's team. So we'll have to see how that goes. So without further ado, we got 45 seconds to pick our leads. Let's see if we can pick some leads on both sides within that time and dive into the match. So let's see. So he's got the Sneasel there first. So I know that doesn't mean everything, but I think this is going to be both weathers are coming in some regard. Because you don't want to let that Aurora Veil get up if you're Pokeaim as well. So I think Pelipper in the back. And is it Comfey? Pelipper Comfey? It might be Pelipper Comfey. And on the other side, I think James, like, you pick your poison, right? Oh, he's not bringing Comfey. He likes to lock in early, too. Is he bringing Jolteon Focus Sash? Okay. I don't know if I necessarily like Jolteon there, unless he's using it for his Terra Blast. But James, I think pick your Tailwind or Trick Room. I think there's a good chance you go Follow Me Trick Room here if you want to get it up. Because, again, James doesn't have a lot of spread, but let's see how it goes. I'm excited. This game has a lot riding on it. A lot riding on it. What do we got? Furret Duosion. Okay, so it is Follow Me Trick Room. But hey, the Frisk there is really important. Yeah, Joey leading as much offense as possible. Are we just going to see, like, yeah, there's the Frisk. Now you learned basically everything you need to know about it. That's crazy. So I guess you have to go Follow Me Trick Room, right? Unless you want to go for Trick Room and then... No, I don't think... Oh, it is Meteor Beam. Hold on. Yeah, Meteor Beam, Electro Shot, Flash Cannon. I think instead of Flash Cannon, I think I called the Draco Meteor instead. Yeah, you have to hit that Duosion, right? I think no matter what you do, I think you have to at least pick up a KO here. But Furret could just go for a Follow Me and Terra Grass, and now you have Duosion Furret on the field, like Helping Hand, and then just damage from Duosion. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, Terra Ice Blizzard. Interesting. It's not even the Terra Blast set. Wow. Icy Wind. I don't know about that. I think James is having a hard time picking here. So no Follow Me goes off. Okay, that doesn't do much. Like, it's no Follow Me, I guess. So what is Furret doing here? Meteor Beam goes off. It probably takes this. It's gotta be. Oh yeah, I guess you can't Follow Me with Stalwart possibility. But it makes it so you can get one hit instead of two. That probably picks up, right? Yeah. All right, well, and then Trick Room goes up, and I think he's just set up nicely. This is exactly the game that James wanted to play. Trick Room, obviously. Yep. And then this has to be Hydrapple, right? Has to be. Yeah, Hydrapple in the back comes in. All right, you set up. Let's see. This is scary knowing that this is exactly what James wanted to do, and this is the board state he wanted. So how is this going to work out for him? I think Joey has the means to stall out this Trick Room and then maybe win late game. It's just the question is what's in the back on James's team, because like it could be like Scarf Crocodile. That could be problematic. Maybe when Trick Room's over, it just comes in and yeah, I think you have to start protecting here. Yeah, I'm just kind of enjoying this right now, like, because Hydrapple just, it can go for like a nasty plot too. That's the thing, not a lot of spread on Hydrapple too. Could be like Giga Drain. It could be Fickle Beam. It could be Draco Meteor. It gets Earth Power too, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's an Earth Power here too. But Pelipper's not going to like this hit very much. Terra Grass, yeah. You see the Terra Ice on the other side, so yeah, you Terra the Hydrapple, get rid of that quad weakness. Okay. So this is, you wouldn't do this. Well, yeah, I guess you would get rid of that weakness, and it also gives you that option to go for that. The offense as well. So Light Screen goes off. That's cool. So Trick Room, Light Screen, and then Hydrapple is going to Nasty Plot. Yeah. The only I wouldn't say it's a problem, but the only thing you have to worry about when you're doing that is you only have a few turns of Trick Room left, right? But I think it's Nasty Plot. It's got to be Giga Drain, just so you can heal up, right? And it's a defensive set, so curious to see the item. Curious to see the item. Psychic, this is gonna hurt. And then this is Earth Power. It's got to be Earth Power. Fickle Beam. So this is a 50-50 chance of... Okay, I think that would have KO'd anyway. Yeah, getting rid of the Arch, okay. Assuming... Well, I guess you saw that it's Power Herb. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Wow. Yeah, that did enough damage. I think Joey's happy with that turn. Leftovers, okay. Wait, weakness policy? Okay, so the last move confirmed is Giga Drain. That's a +4 Giga Drain coming in. Wow. Do you have priority? Wow. See, here's the problem James has right now. You can only attack one of them. They're both at full health. Like, you Giga Drain one, but here's the problem. If you attack into a Protect, you're in a bit of trouble. So I could possibly see Hydrapple protecting here, just to bait out the Protect on their side, and then Duosion goes for some damage, because I think that he's probably, like... I can see Duosion attacking here, Hydrapple protecting. Just because, like, you cannot... This position is just so bad. Well, actually, you know... Wait a second. You know that it's Choice Scarf on the Basculegion, so you can safely Giga Drain into that slot. I think that just answers it there. Is Terra Ice? Yeah. So it's a +4, and this thing has such a high HP stat. You're gonna heal a lot of HP. You're gonna heal so much. He did protect. Okay, I feel like it was a pretty safe. I guess you bait out the Terra as well. Yeah, Psychic goes off, breaks a potential Sash. Hurricane goes off. Yeah, I guess. I figured like a protect. I think I was saying originally that you could have protected there, but I feel like... Ooh, a Blizzard. That's high risk. High reward, high risk, though. Yeah, this is adaptability. Wow, that did nothing. Holy cow. I know Light Screen's up, but that's a Basculegion with adaptability, and it's got Terra Ice Blizzard, and it did that little. What is happening right now? Yeah, I feel like you could have attacked there. Maybe it covered for a switch in too, like maybe like the Sneasel or something, but I feel like a Giga Drain was pretty safe there. But then Hurricane might have taken you out. But now you can just attack that as well. Now you go for the turn I was saying for last turn, this turn, and now it's safe because Giga Drain probably picks up. Or do you go for... I think you want the HP back. I think you Giga Drain here. Yeah, Trick Room is almost over. It's getting there. Okay, what is he switching in? Jolteon. Yeah, it's got Sash, so... Oh, look at that! Giga Drain goes into the Pelipper, right? Yeah, nice targeting. Very nice targeting, and that's why he's top in the world's top 10 he just finished. But here's the thing, Trick Room I think is over now, isn't it? Yeah, Trick Room's over. So let's see, can Joey just... Well, actually, hold on. Can you stop this Duosion from setting Trick Room again? I guess Last Respects is scary, or Shadow Ball is a little scary. Fake Tear Shadow Ball might be the play. Fake Tear Shadow Ball. I think you have to. You can't let Trick Room go up again. Ooh, Blizzard's so risky, dude. I feel like... Well, Hydrapple's +4. You can't ignore it. That's the other thing. James is so many J names. James is in such a good spot because you're just threatening so much, aren't you? Oh, let's fix the camera a little bit. There we go. So Fake Tears goes off. I think you have to hit both of these. Who'd you miss? Duosion miss. Okay, Trick Room goes back up. Picks up the Hydrapple. I think you take that. Depending on who's in the back. Who's in the back? Is it Crocodile? Alright, I think that... I don't know what you're using in Trick Room. Like, Duosion does do a lot of damage. Ninetales comes in Trick Room. 100% accurate Blizzards, he said. But this turn order's oh yeah, I guess Ninetales does go first before the other two. Because you got Scarf and a Jolteon. Unless this is Scarf Ninetales for some reason, but... That's funny. That's really funny. But this Duosion has just been using Psychic, Light Screen, Trick Room, and have we seen the last move yet? It's probably Thunderbolt, right? So it's just Psychic again. I think you gotta hit that Basculegion. Those Blizzards are a little scary, right? Yeah, I think I'd rather deal with the Jolteon, no? Light Screen goes off, resets it, and then is this Blizzard spam? No. It is Blizzard spam. Ooh, he's probably hoping that would pick up. Blizzard goes off. That did a lot. Thunderbolt. Oh, he split his damage. Yeah, it's a big crit. So it's a 2v2, but Trick Room is up. So Blizzard picks up that Jolteon, right? So Psychic goes into the Basculegion. That does a lot, and Blizzard's not going to do it. And then Blizzard picks up... Yeah, Ninetales going to live this for sure on Blizzard. You know it's Scarf, so it has to keep using Blizzard. So there goes Duosion. Okay, can Ninetales pick up this Basculegion? I don't know. It's only been using Blizzard, though. Look at that. What a game. What a good first game. Wow. Fun, fun, fun. Woo. All right, let me fix this camera a little bit. Raise it up. I don't know why it's so low. There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right. I knew it looked a little weird, so. Whew, okay. That was a fun first one. That was so close. Let's fast forward just a little bit. So what would we do? Yeah, so he went hard Trick Room there. So Joey really has to... That's actually really good for... Obviously, winning a game is really good for a player, but that's really good for James because he only used, like, one of his modes, and he still has the other one. So is he going to switch it up? And this is probably one of the most commonly asked questions in Draft League is, do you switch it up after you win? Or like, do you just keep doing the same thing because it worked? I think there's no confidence that you would do the exact same thing just because you won by such a slim margin. But I thought that Comfey just really needed to come. Yeah, this is the 4 that I thought he should bring. And he locked in so fast. Oh my goodness. Maybe he was like contemplating that before and he didn't do it. And now he's like, yeah, I just have to do the other one, go with my gut. But that Duosion is not doing a small amount of damage. Those Psychics are hitting hard. Those are doing good damage. So does he just go with Trick Room again? Where is my money? There's so much ice. I don't think Crocodile can come. I think this whole team is like made for Crocodile not to come. So I can see maybe early game. Does Kilowattrel come again for the same reason? Maybe just James just does the same thing. Maybe he just does the exact same thing. Kilowattrel Crocodile. So he's got the Discharge Earthquake stuff. Wow, that's really risky because, yeah, you're not enabling the Blizzard stuff. So it would just be raw Blizzards, but like if he leads the, I guess, would you be okay? I don't know. I'm thinking if he led the Basculegion, would you be in trouble? I think he's fine, but Earthquake looks fantastic here, doesn't it, guys? Yeah, it is Terra Ground on the Crocodile, so you could go Terra Ground Earthquake. I think you might need to save your Terra. It's also possible that that Hydrapple is like a middle speed tier, so it underspeeds everything, but in Tailwind, it's just enough to outspeed things. So it could be a faster Hydrapple. Yeah, just discharge Earthquake. But this should proc the Stamina. No, it's probably Stalwart. Wow. Yeah, it's not banded. Flash Cannon, okay. Wow, not AV. Online goes off. Yeah, this is really rough because now, like, you could just start going for Draining Kisses, but I just don't think you can heal it. Well, Draining Kiss probably picks up the Crocodile now, so that's not too bad. Would you survive a +1 Draining Kiss if you Terra Grounded? I don't know. So, but Kilowattrel KOs, no, it probably doesn't. After the Combine, no. This is an interesting turn. I wish I knew the sets. Because I think I had Specs Kilowattrel on my team, didn't I, for James? I think so. Yeah, Discharge Earthquake. You're not banded Crocodile. It didn't go first, so it's not Scarf. I would love to know these items after the game. Yeah, there's no AV on Crocodile because that just did too much damage. Crocodile switched out. Makes sense to get around that Draining Kiss. It's kind of telegraphed. Duosion comes in. Okay, so this, he brought both modes, that looks like. Protect, catches him on it, and it's not a discharge, so I don't think he would do it if he locked into double protect there. Is this going to be a discharge? That would be crazy. It is, so it might be Specs locked. No, it gets hit. He hits himself. Interesting. That's just free damage. No para, yeah. So that probably explains the Terra Electric on the Duosion, though. Terra Electric on Duosion, that makes it so you don't get paralyzed, you don't take as much damage from the Kilowattrel. So, is this possibly a Trick Room and just keep discharging until the cows come home? Yeah, Choice Scarf, though. Yeah, this is neither of these Pokemon have a lot of HP. Like, Duosion is not a high... Well... Actually, it is. Its defenses are low, not its HP. Yeah, I feel like Joey's just taking so much damage right now. This is really rough. But that +1, you got to use that. Draining Kiss. Heals 75%. Yeah, it heals enough. So, no Terra from James. Discharge goes off again, yeah. KOs that. And is this a Trick Room or a Psychic? I don't think Psychic gets you enough, does it? Or you just keep chipping? Trick Room, yeah. Yeah, I guess when you're facing a Pokemon like Comfey where you're going first anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter. But Pelipper makes sense to pick up the Kilowattrel. Yeah, because now Kilowattrel's actually probably going second here, right? Did you get Comfey first? Sorry. Yeah, Comfey first, Duosion second, Kilowattrel third, Basculegion fourth. I don't know what Joey's gonna do here. You just have to go for Blizzard, I guess, and Draining Kiss. One attack on that Comfey. That's nice. Light Screen. That would be a good turn for him. Light Screen goes off, yeah. I still think Thunderbolt makes sense on the Duosion here. Wow. Yeah, 70% accurate moves. Yeah, you save it for the Hydrapple, right? That looks a little bit darker than normal, doesn't it, the Hydrapple? Interesting. It looks like it's a different color. Yeah, he's got the Pelipper in the back, but it hasn't been shown yet. Yeah, Terra Ice Blizzard. Yeah, I guess. Why not, right? That's a pretty safe move. Defensive Terra based on what you're facing. You're just at the mercy of hitting your moves, right? So there's grass. Yeah, makes sense. So is he... What are you doing into a Terra Ice Basculegion, though? Yeah, next turn... is good too because the weakness policy is going to go off. Was there any? I guess maybe Ice Shard on the Ninetales could have been a thing. Psychic goes off. You just double that Basculegion, right? That did a lot. Hold on a second. Oh. Uh-oh. Did he just Encore him? He did! Yo, what a turn! No way! Yo! That's a goated turn. Such a good turn. Oh my goodness. Wow. And look at the damage you just did. This is why Joey is considered one of the better players in Draft League. Just being able to read that, because I didn't think that it was a guarantee he was going to go into Nasty Plot there. Like, he might have, I just don't know if he could have afforded that too. Oh man, that's, I think that lost him the game, doesn't it? Wow. So you have Crocodile in the back that's in range of getting KO'd from the Comfey. All Mine goes off, and is this resetting the Trick Room? No, I don't think so. Duosion goes off. Ooh, a crit would have been nice. Yeah, I think Joey just wins this. Wow. Yeah, you can't KO that Comfey. Nope, you just keep attacking that right slot. Crocodile protecting here, and then maybe getting a... Yeah, you're flirting with freezes too. Yeah, later, Crook. And the freeze. Yeah, this is over. We've seen a lot of freezes this season, haven't we? I believe we have. Yeah, how many turns of Trick Room are left? I think that you just can't kill the Comfey. I'm sorry. You can go after everything else. You're just not KOing that Comfey. It's not happening. So use Blizzard again. That's an easy slot. And then Protect? Yeah, I guess. You gotta attack around it, but I don't think he will. He needs that Comfey dead. Let's see. Duosion's frozen. Yeah. He needed that damage too. Giga Drain. Oh, he attacked. Okay, he attacked around it. Good turn. Oh, very nice. That HP matters. Yeah, that HP matters for sure. And does Duosion have a way of activating that weakness policy? I don't think so. Yeah, Pelipper comes in now, just starts blizzarding, and you're fine. Yeah, unless you double protect here, because I feel like you could just... You have to Hurricane that slot, right? And then you go for a Draining Kiss. But hold on a second. The turn order. So the attack goes off, and then you get the Draining Kiss... Sorry, the Giga Drain healing after. Draining Kiss goes off. Hurricane did about half. Yeah, you just can't KO the Comfey. Hurricane goes off. Do you live this? I thought you did a little bit. Yeah, you did. And wow. Wow. Giga Drain into what? If you even get it off. Nope. Wow. The RNG in this game is crazy. The freeze and the confusion. Not like I feel like Joey was gonna win that anyway, but it was more just like you kind of ask yourself, you're like, what do I need to happen for me to win? And you're like, all right, maybe if I get this, and then you get frozen, you're like, all right, well, what's my next one? Maybe if this happens, then you get confused. You're like, all right, well, I was probably gonna lose anyway, but this is a great game. Great game. And he went and he changed it up. James changed it up this game, went for the Discharge Earthquake. I thought it was fine. It did a lot of damage. The damage from the Crocodile was underwhelming, it seemed. Like, it wasn't super great. All right, so there goes the Duosion. It's still frozen even as it dies. 1-1. Wow. All right. So James has shown everything, but I think that the Ice Shard is on the Ninetales. Isn't it? I feel like it is. You know, it'd be really cooking if that Crocodile had, like, Snowball. Oh, that'd be so cool. So Snowball is an item. If you get hit by an ice move, you get +1 attack. So you could run weakness policy on Hydrapple, and you can run the Snowball on the Crocodile, and you can use it 1 weakness policy, 1 Snowball. So not a common item. There's another item called Cell Battery that I've been wanting to use for a long time. I just haven't been able to do it. And because a lot of electric moves cause paralysis, so it's just so unlikely to get it off without hurting yourself even more. Yeah, Joe, you bring the same 4. Like, yeah, I think leading the Basculegion makes sense. That was just really good, but maybe Comfey Basculegion would be a good lead. Oh, just the back row. Does he have Pin Mist? No, it's not the stamina version. Yeah, he's not sure. He knows the 4, he just doesn't know what order. He doesn't know what order. I feel like the Calm Minds did so well for you. I feel like you need to get those set up. Arch isn't doing a whole lot. I feel like maybe Pelipper. Yeah, because you know that Hydrapple, right? Remember in before the match, I was saying like the keys to victory, bring as many things as you can to get rid of that Hydrapple. And he's bringing enough. So that Blizzard, it's doing well. Kilowattrel Crocodile again. Is he going to play it differently or just possibly go for some paralysis? The Volt Absorb on the Jolteon allows them to survive a discharge and an earthquake in the same turn because it doesn't take any damage from one of the two with Sash. What is Jolteon doing here? I kind of want to know the set. Weather Ball, Thunder Wave, Baked Tear. So no Terra Blast. Okay. It does give you a water move too. That's kind of nice. Terra Ice, Icy Wind. It's not confirmed. He's not competitive yet. So I'd be really careful unless he Icy Winded him earlier in the match and I just forgot. I feel like he didn't even lead it when. So he's going for the Shadow Ball. Yeah, just get rid of the Kilowattrel. That makes sense. Is Joey playing with his food? I hear him talking. He's like, I might be wrong about this. Yeah, Terra Ice. It's just so neutral into his team because he didn't bring the Annihilate, right? Let's see. Okay, double Terra. So this is Kilowattrel Terra Water. No. Yeah, this is just Terra Ground. So you're going for Discharge Earthquake with Terra Ground, and that should pick up what you need. But the Jolteon definitely gets a hit off. Tailwind. It's Scarf Kilowattrel. Interesting. Oh boy, I thought it might have been Specs. That does a lot, but if these Blizzards connect, that's a very high risk play, but Tailwind's up. Fake Tears goes off. If this is competitive, no, it's Volt Absorb. Yeah, Kilowattrel goes down, but that is a Terra Ground Crocodile just sitting there. Tailwind's up. It's faster than everything, and he's got the Pelipper, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was the Ninetales. Hydrapple comes out. Because the Ninetales, if you're going to go for Disquake, you have to have something for that. I guess Discharge does do it, but Freeze Dry would be great. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, when you're... Because he's not locked into Earthquake. He's definitely not locked in. Just because that just didn't do enough damage last game, right? Yeah, so is this maybe a Rock Slide? That would do the job. Yeah, Hydrapple would take the Earthquake pretty well. But I don't like that damage, though. Is this a Nasty Plot? Earthquake Nasty Plot? Knockoff, okay. Cover. Wow. He read him on the switch. If this is a Nasty Plot, bravo. Bravo. Moxie. Yeah, I guess we didn't see the Intimidate. Giga Drain goes off. Hydrapple's so strong. Yeah, knockoff Earthquake. What's the last move on it? I'm curious what we had on ours. Getting that Tailwind up was massive, right? Because now Hydrapple goes... Yeah, the turn order goes Crocodile, Basculegion, then... Pelipper or Hydrapple? Hydrapple's really freaking slow. Knockoff goes off. Picks up the KO. Is this faster? He called him Moxie. That's jokes. We just saw Moxie. And that's another one. This Crocodile's a monster. Pickle Beam goes off. Picks up the KO. Wow. Yeah, this game's over. Wow, James picking up first place, but wow, Pokeaim being 3-3. I just don't think, I know the game's not over yet, but I know that there's no way a Comfy's just 3v1ing this team. It's possible. I feel like you have to go for a, nah. There's no option. Maybe you go for Calm Mind. I feel like the Calm Mind might be the only play, but no. Earthquake goes off. This is just, yeah, single target later. Wow. This is nuts. So James just secured his playoff spot. That's a guarantee with 5 wins. Great season so far. Wow. Fantastic season by James so far. So they do a post game. So if you guys haven't yet, go check out the interview with James, because I'm really curious to see how they talk about their mindset and stuff like that into each turn. But wow, masterclass by James, just running away with this league right now, taking advantage of the fact that Wolf's lost 2 games now. Sole owner of first place. Joey's fighting for his playoff life, leaves it to the last week of the season. That's going to be nuts. And guess what, guys? There's a whole lot more Pokemon in the WDL left to go for week 6 now as we're in. And I can't wait to see the last 2 games. We've already seen 2. There's James versus Joey. Fantastic. And I guess we'll dive into the post game where we talk about what I thought they'd bring based on what they brought. I'll see you guys in just a sec. All right, Pokeaim's team. Pokeaim, I had a standard Archaludon on the team. I had a standard Pelipper on the team. I had a standard Basculegion on the team. The Comfey. I did not have a Calm Mind set. Rhydon did not come, and Sneasel did not hit the field. So I would say that, yeah, Joey decided to go with a little bit more unique sets rather than what I thought he'd bring. But you know what? It was working for him. The Meteor Beam and the Electro Shot on the Arch in Game 1 looked pretty good. He barely won Game 1. Like, it came down to just a handful of HP on a roll, maybe, from that Ninetales into his Basque. Sorry. No, he lost Game 1, and then he ended up winning Game 2. Yeah, I forgot that already. That's crazy. Rhydon, I thought, would have been a really nice answer, especially with Terra Grass. That would have been a really nice answer into that, what's it called? The Hydrapple with the Trick Room. That would have at least given James something to think about. But when you see a team like this in Team Preview, you're just like, Hydrapple just has fun here. And then the weakness policy, very nice tech. I'm certain that Ninetales had Ice Shard on it just as an additional way to activate it. But yeah, Hydrapple is just so tanky and just has healing moves and the Giga Drain and Fickle Beam and stuff like that. Nasty Plot. What a great read when he got that Nasty Plot off. Oh my goodness. Caught him on a switch. Catches him on a Protect. Gets another one. Just fantastic display. But James's team, we got Annihilate didn't come. We did guess weakness policy, right? That's got to be worth something. We guessed weakness policy on the Annihilate. He went with it on the Hydrapple. Same concept. You Terra Grass, you take the hit. I think I even had the Ice Shard maybe somewhere. No, I didn't. So I'm not sure how he would have activated that. Maybe your opponent would have. The Hydrapple, yeah. Giga Drain, he had the Fickle Beam, Nasty Plot, Protect. I thought it might have been Earth Power and Draco, but no, just a Dragon move. Crocodile, Moxie instead of Intimidate. Very cool. Blastoise did not come. The Ninetales did come. I did get a choice item guessed on that, on the Kilowattrel. I did not have Tailwind on mine, though. So very neat. Yeah, so that's basically the set. That was a lot of fun to watch. Really creative teams on both sides. And, wow. Absolute fireworks in that match. A lot of fun. I can't wait to see week 7 for both these players. But I can also not wait to see the last 2 matches of the week. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. Again, shout out to Aloe for sending me those Terra types just so I don't have to watch the team previews of their own videos just so I can get them and hope that I don't see anything important. I'm really glad I got to react to that just naturally and just genuinely surprised. So thank you very much for that. And join the Discord if you haven't. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet Aloe and a bunch of great other people. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. So peace.